with some Mega Man 5 Endless. I should probably boot the game up, right?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Wait a minute, are you seriously telling me you're totally fine with streaming World 2, but Game Gear is too much because of the soundtrack?
I streamed World 2 with the modded soundtrack that makes it actually sound decent.
I don't know. I did not think that Game Gear was that bad.
The boss theme. Game Gear boss theme is so scuffed.
I mean, yeah, it's scuffed, it's cursed,
It's so
but like, I don't know if I would call the entire game unplayable as a result of that.
Actually, I haven't played the game. I watched a playthrough a little while ago.
I wouldn't. Look, I would not say that it's a great game by any means. I think the best way I could describe Game Gear Mega Man is that it is very cursed. If you're familiar with the actual games it's basing a lot of its stuff on.
It's a very bizarre amalgamation of several games.
Yeah, 2, 4, and 5. I think.
Completely skipped over 3 from what I saw.
Yeah. Very, very unusual put together game. But then again, considering the developer was US Gold, that does not surprise me that it is that jank feeling. US Gold is not exactly known for quality stuff.
Oh, first death of the stream.
No, that was bad.
US Gold, more like US Lead. Am I right?
I give that like a 5 out of 10. I think US Mold probably would have been a much better.
US Mold, yeah. I don't even remember what else they developed aside from Mega Man on Game Gear.
Well, funnily enough, as a frequent watcher of Guru Larry, I am very familiar with US Gold's really terrible output in the UK with a lot of PC games.
Oh, they made a bunch of really shitty PC ports.
Yeah. Yeah, like Kings of like Commodore ZX Spectrum trash.
Oh.
Like a very good way of some of that. Which is also very interesting that a company called US Gold very rarely releases its games in the actual US.
He thinks there might be some kind of scam going on there.
Fucking UK gamers be like, oh, well, everything that US Gold produces is shit, so I guess Americans have fucking garbage taste. Like, certainly not a thing of helping that. But yeah, it is honestly just the Game Gear game is just so interesting because it's like I'm pretty sure I've said before that like that game very much feels like a bootleg, but it is 100% an official product.
Yeah, it feels like it'd be like an early 2000s fan game. Almost.
I would think so, but then again, there's also decisions that I feel like even for fan games, like, you wouldn't make. Like, why does the Toadman Snail mini-boss die to a single Buster pellet? Like...
That's a good question. It sounds like, a case of, what you call it? Bork's damage values.
Possibly.
I don't think that was intentional.
Well, the thing is, the game has 2 separate difficulties, and on normal, at least, the snails die to 1 pellet. But on hard, they actually have, like, normal health values, so yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
That streams Bork's health values, or Bork's damage values.
Yeah. Also,
they could have just drank their Diet Monster and did things the Mega Man 2 way of just doubling the health.
Well, see, the funny thing is, though, I think even with like the Mega Man 2 references, I think literally the only Mega Man 2 reference in all of that game is literally the final Wily stage.
It's literally just
Quickman.
It's just there for pandering almost.
It's like the people who develop Game Gear Mega Man are like, yeah, let's just do the thing that every single like current fan game creator does. It's like you gotta put quick lasers in. That's what everyone remembers from Mega Man, right?
This is just like my childhood in '88.
Hey Zachy, how's it going?
Oh, Zaki's in here. Well, welcome to the stream, Zaki. Hardest area in the game. Still the conveyors do most of the work. Like, the only threat is if you fall into the spikes at the end. And even that's probably your fault.
Such an odd decision.
Oh, look, it's
Ah, yes, Starman, my favorite robot master that plays Mega Man 2 drunk.
It's the most use you're gonna see Water Wave get in this entire stream. Like literally only on Starman, like 3 floor enemies. In like,
pretty much on either Starman or Darkman 1. But yeah, you'll basically never see.
None of the Darkmen are actually bosses in the stack version, so I'm taking over as.
Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. You are playing as a Darkman. Why would you fight other Darkmen?
Exactly. Why'd I fight my own kind? Not a hunter of my own kind now.
Well, I guess that's... Well, that would have been actually a decent use case for Water Wave.
Now, you might be onto something. It's like, these guys have one hit point. Just hit him with a Water Wave, just takes him out. If Water Wave had a little more horizontal range, I could hit that guy on the top, but I'd probably hit him with a Napalm Bomb. Or I could just get hit anyways, oops.
Oh, you did kill both of them with one bomb, though, technically.
It's a first. Yes, this game is a little jank. I will be recycling a lot of my talking points from the May and Mega Man 5 stream.
Oh yeah, well I mean, you know, like at least when it comes to the weapons, it is very not great. Oh, also, yeah, that's...
Yeah, first, second death. Oh, speaking of lasers, we got our first laser section.
Gotta have your shoehorned lasers, apparently. I guess that's just a given now.
Just how it is. Looks like a good movement. Yeah, actually, my movement's actually pretty hella good today.
I mean, at least it's still very straightforward with where you're supposed to go. It's like it doesn't try to purposely trip you up because you have a slide.
It's not like every bad Mega Man ROM hack or from the early 2000s, or like your favorite not Mega Man game. If you want to talk about that.
I'm gonna get another fucking stream where I bitch about how much I hate RKS. Well, to be honest, it's probably not, like, a good first impression of RKS when it's like, you know, I try to use the tried and true, well, I'm playing a Mega Man game I haven't played before, so I'll clearly start with top left. That seems like a good choice. Only to be immediately hit with, fuck you, here's quick lasers.
It's like the game itself is trolling you. Whoa, spawn points got a little fucky there.
But to give RKS credit, though, top middle is, I think, a decent first choice for a stage. So it still technically follows the rule.
I didn't know there was a rule. Usually I just pick one at random and...
I don't know. Generally, I always kind of feel like, at least from, like, a design standpoint of, like, if you want to get someone, like, you know, into starting Mega Man, and you want to give them, like, a good inclination of, like, what stage to start with, usually top left or top middle is, like... to at least give you, like, an easier stage. Or I guess maybe, like, the good design thing would just be, like, don't put your hardest stage at either top left or top middle.
I think this deserves, like, not a tier list, an alignment chart for, or, like, some way to, like, categorize, like, Mega Man games by, like, how they handle that sort of, situation.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, if I was only going by top left, I would probably say that Mega Man 4 does it really badly, because who the fuck would want to start with Ringman?
Me, apparently.
I guess if they're new to the game, starting with Ringman is probably not the best choice. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, I feel like Ringman overall would probably be, like, one of the harder stages in the game, at least with the robot.
Yeah, for a beginner. Not everyone's gonna be used to, like, fighting mini-boss. Like, I know people who hate... there's people who hate Ringman stage for how many mini-bosses it throws at you.
Ringman was throwing a bunch of mini-bosses at you before there was even a launch octopus.
Blew out a bunch of my star crashing out there, but I lived, so it's fine. Yes, got some ammo back. Hell yeah. If I can... Yes, I can. Oh, already charged me. We didn't see... We saw a little bit of it in the playthrough. I'm gonna get him with Power Stone, so I can show off how
we're gonna do. We're gonna do pause cancels for Power Stone, or just gonna fight him as is.
Pause cancel.
Pause cancel. Yeah.
If he's gonna misbehave, I'm gonna pause cancel. Wait, I need to do it there. Nice.
Yeah, funnily enough, I think pause buffering is gonna be how I end up getting that deviled egg achievement.
If it works, it works. If it despawns your weapons that lingered, I say go for it.
Well, it doesn't despawn your weapons, because personally, it's not the weapons I'm worried about for deviled egg, because he's weak to rain flush, more or less. Like, that's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
The bigger issue is, they decided to design Deviled Egg like Mega Man 1 Yellow Devil, except worse, because you have even less space to dodge for, like, the last few. So
I love cramped boss arenas. Actually, I say that, but I didn't mind the cramped boss arena in Mega Man 4 Voyage. More than that when I eventually play that game on stream.
Yeah, and then also after you get him to half health, he also decides, okay, cool, now I'm gonna flip you upside down, dodge this shit. So yeah, not a fan.
Oh, hold on.
I mean, I at least know how the pattern works, it's just actual execution is going to be still a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Just had to message someone real quick. It's back to normal? Okay. Okay. I continue.
I guess I could always talk about the Mega Man clone I played recently that I actually enjoyed a lot, that being Mega Serval.
Oh, that's a good one. It's,
yeah.
It's one I recommend to newcomers as well.
Yeah, it's solid.
A lot of quality of life stuff.
Yeah, it's solid for sure. I think, honestly, the only critique I had with it was just, like, the slide/dashing feels overclocked to all hell, so it feels like if I try to, like, dash jump, I'm gonna immediately yeet myself into the nearest hole.
It's not that bad. Like, I got used to it pretty quickly.
I think it's something
also,
that you could definitely...
not sure if you figured it out, but the dash has, like, a little bit of coyote time on it.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Pretty useful for those long jumps that might be difficult.
Yeah, I still think it's solid, and I think, like, honestly, even with that criticism, it's like, it's certainly something that you can acclimate to. Like, I don't think it takes away from the game.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, as someone who's very used to playing, like, the SNES X trilogy, it's like, it is very, very hard to get used to.
Yeah, the muscle memory issue.
Yeah, especially considering that it's also a slide that gives you dash momentum when you jump, which is very weird. Yeah, it was a very good time. Very much enjoyed all the stages in that game. And it's like, funnily enough, that game also kind of runs into the I'm going to reference other games I like thing, but it doesn't feel nearly as
It's not as
it's not as
obnoxious.
ham-fisted as like as RKS or Giga Girl do it.
It's like, from what I see in RKS, it kind of falls into the trope of remember this really hard section that you hated in your childhood. Let's make it even harder.
Or RKS
Like, that's what it kind of falls in RKS from what I've seen.
Yeah, or RKS runs into the, okay, I've decided to give up on actually designing levels, so I'm just going to steal a fucking section of Elect Man stage, or Top Man stage, or Gravity Man stage.
First death in a while. It's making good progress. Oh, I got an extra screen after my death. Oh, posthumous reward.
But yeah, it's like,
Oh,
I think RKS just kind of irks me a lot more in that regard, because it's like, you know, because granted, Mega Serval, at least for one level, is like, okay, this is just straight up the first level of Castlevania 1. But, to its credit, it does try to do other things in the level design, and also it's not a straight up plagiarism of a Mega Man level. I mean, I guess it's still technically plagiarism, but, like, you know, the character in question doesn't exactly play like Simon Belmont.
Yeah,
unless you're specifically using the whip weapon, in which case you do get the Belmont physics jump, which, why?
I didn't notice it with the whip weapon.
It's very, very noticeable that your physics changed to Castlevania 1 Simon. It is... I'm just like... I get that it's a cute reference. Don't fuck with my physics like that. I'm trying to play a Mega Man game, not Castlevania. But it's like, yeah, it's like you do it for one stage, and it's like, oh, well, okay, well, the boss of the stage is a vampire bat, so it's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to like, oh yeah, we're gonna do.
I just didn't really think much of it because it just felt natural to me.
Yeah, it's like, oh, like here's like, you know, the third stage of like the first castle with like Count Dracula, and then there's just randomly a fucking section of Top Man stage in it. It's like, what is the?
I love
what is
that
the
part of
correlation?
Castlevania where you fought Top Man. What are you talking about?
Oh, hey, Chris, how's it going? No, I'm not talking about Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. I'm talking about a Mega Man clone called Mega Serval, where there is a special weapon that gives you the Belmont jump. And it is very awkward, because that is the only time in the game you get the weird cursed physics on your jump.
I swear they added that in like a later update to like nerf it or something.
Oh, I guess the whip was too good before? I didn't even really use it that much. I think as far as the special weapons go, I think the ones I ended up using the most were the ability to get from Vampire Bat, because it was basically just like Magma Bazooka. The one you get from Black Buck, because it was like Firestorm, but better. And I think that was mostly what I used. I don't think I like.
I was a big fan of the more melee oriented.
Oh yeah, like I know Black Jaguar has like the dash punch, but like honestly though, given how overclocked Serval feels in terms of the actual movement, that was another case of like I don't want to use this simply out of like the worry I'm going to end up killing myself with it. But
you can cancel it.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Unless they change that in an update. Because I haven't played the latest update of it. Like I played it not like directly on when it came out, but
oh yeah, well even seeing like the list of patch notes, like yeah, it was getting updated up until I think July of last year. So yeah, it's.
So I played it like.
It's getting...
I haven't played it since like last year, I believe, or the year before that. Kind of can't really do math right now.
I mean that would definitely be a cool game to stream.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it does have like small things that irk me, but I would still say like it is a very solid game. Like the fact that like I could definitively say that it's better than like most of Mega Man's official catalog is very high praise.
To be fair, when you have things like X6 and the DOS games,
I wasn't even just talking about that. I was even just talking about a lot of like the official classic numbered games. I think it's better than at least on my list. I think the only numbered games I had higher than it were 4, 7, 10, and 11. I think.
It's pretty high praise.
Yeah, and I say that as someone who was a fucking very adamant Mega Man 1 stan. I'm like, no, this game is significantly better.
Excuse me.
Bless. Yeah, it's like, and the fact that like this game is so good, and it's free. It's completely free.
Yeah, it's more than a steal.
Yeah, and it's like, it is crazy to think like, yeah, you could play one of the absolute best Mega Man clones completely for free on Steam. Meanwhile, RKS is like $10 if you don't get it on sale.
For reheated leftovers for level design.
Ugh. Yeah, thankfully I did not pay the full $10 for RKS. I would feel a lot worse if I did.
Let's see if I can screen nuke. Well, that wasn't worth it.
If there's one thing, maybe if I do end up taking like a little bit of a hiatus from playing RKS just because it's annoying the shit out of me, you should ask Ilvo how he was able to set up a challenger for the future, because maybe I'll give that a shot.
I didn't mean to look into Wonder Swan stuff because mostly for the Klonoa. Like the Klonoa game seems interesting. I just want to check it out just as like a curiosity thing.
Yeah, Wonder Swan emulation is not exactly the most like sought out thing for most normal people.
So
and apparently from my yeah, and apparently from my research, apparently neither is Virtual Boy emulation, but that one also makes a lot more sense to me.
They finally yeah, there's new ways to play on the Ultimate Classic system.
I mean, I was just looking into it because it's like, man, it would be kind of sick to actually play Virtual Boy Wario Land with like a blue filter, so that way it's not eye searing.
What if it was blue?
Yes, Chris, there was a possibility. There was a possibility of doing like going through all of like the shitty NES games as a potential stream. Yeah, I mean, I got plenty I can think of, so I'm sure we might be covered already. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty other stuff we can dig up. Because I have Cheetah Men too, so that's like peak shit on NES.
Peak shit, yeah. I watched an ex-friend stream some shitty NES games like six or so years ago, and they were more of like the boring bad, right, instead of like the funny bad.
Oh, what was like boring bad?
I can't remember the name. What was it? Someone's got to accuse me of slander if I insult their favorite game. But then again, I already slandered Mega Man 2, so... crap, what was it called? No, it was the Terminator NES game. That was... Nobody's gonna defend that one.
The first one? And funnily enough, when I was actually having that conversation, that did come up. Because I think we were talking about, like, garbage sewer levels, and I'm like, oh yeah, Terminator 1 NES.
That was ugly to look at, too. So...
Yeah, no, it is incredibly fucking ugly.
There's not a lot of Gorm in there.
It's honestly so funny, like, hearing everyone be like, yeah, Mega Man 1 didn't look like it aged very well. It's like, bro, have you seen, like, most of the NES's library? A lot of those games have aged a lot worse. Mega Man 1 at least has a cohesive art style. Hey, Crash, how's it going?
Hello, Crash. Oh, right, I should probably change the chat to, all messages, right? Crash's message just got filtered out.
It's weird because I was at the top chat.
Thank you, YouTube. Very cool.
That feels like something. Is that just like a user setting thing? Because I feel like that's been happening a lot with you on both YouTube and Twitch.
Is it a user setting?
I think maybe it is.
It feels
weird that like,
I forgot if the Twitch was like. Well, I know it was like a manual setting for like. For like viewing streams, but for what I tried finding like the toggle for it.
It's very odd that like you seem to be like the only person that like I've seen where it's like, yeah, stuff gets filtered and you can't see it, or like stuff is just getting censored randomly. Like
the censorship,
I don't know, to me that feels like a system setting.
I think because I updated Twitch, it like reset some of my settings. Oof, it's too slow.
Yeah, also Cheetah Men 2 got filtered out. What the hell?
Cheetahs. Maybe YouTube just hates cheetahs. And men, too. Another auto-scroller. The auto-scrolling in this is kind of jank. It also speeds up as you go.
Look, because 5 didn't have any horizontal auto-scrolling, it only had vertical.
This is a custom gimmick.
Yeah.
Kind of impressive, but not very engaging.
Yeah, Nintendo game that says fuck. Yeah, that's... I mean, honestly, given the amount of stuff that released on the NES, like, it doesn't surprise me that much, but it's like, to actually see it, like, in the wild, it's still...
Oh, I got given in the back by that guy.
Nintendo must not have gotten that far to see the message. I mean, technically, there's like there's like porn games on fucking NES, so I think there's just a bunch of stuff that Nintendo is just not privy to.
Oh great, the stream's demonetized now.
Oh god, yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde would certainly be another good option for terrible NES games to play on stream.
Yeah, it's a good bad option. You can even get past that. Why is that suddenly giving me trouble? I was having no issue before. Am I not sliding enough? I don't think I'm sliding enough. I gotta get my movement back in order.
It does kind of feel like that section you have to be like very, very, very fast. Like you can't like take any moment to stop.
No way! It's just like the quickening.
Surprised that Brother didn't bring up an April Fool's game. I mean, I suggested before stream about like I think it'd be funny if you played the Game Gear game, but
I didn't have the ROM.
Yeah. Maybe you could have gotten on the Giga Girl train before Bear started streaming in a few weeks.
I'm not shelling out money on Giga Girl. I don't care how good they say the soundtrack. I don't care how good what I heard the soundtrack was. I'm not playing Giga Girl. Now that's a gormless game. That's a game with very little gorm.
I still think it's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna call it peak or anything. I think it's perfectly fine. And considering that's like a single dev effort,
yeah,
like you could do a lot
I'm a
worse.
little mean to like single it out like that, but I'm not wrong when I say the character sprite looks gormless though.
Oh yeah, no, like it what you described as like this looks like the character design of someone playing a fake NES game on a TV show. Yeah, absolutely. You are 100% correct.
Yeah, it's like it's some 2000s 2010s cartoon written produced by people who grew up in the 80s, going off of their memories for what NES games look like. It's like the dad is like giving his NES to his kid, or maybe like his kid, or his kid's probably playing it, and they're like the main character or something. I love how I have like a whole situation for this because of just how specific this trope even is, or like how
yes,
the style.
Chris, I have heard of Hyde Lied, and it's definitely not Indiana Jones theme.
No, that's a scuffed port.
I forget if any like original NES Hyde Lied is worse, or if like Super Hyde Lied is worse.
I heard Super Hyde Lied does like some
Hyde
cool
Lied
things,
also came out on the
but NES Hyde Lied was a scuffed port of a game that already wasn't aging that well. Even if it did pioneer like the top-down adventure genre.
Oh yeah, because I guess it technically did come out before Zelda 1.
Yeah, it came out before Zelda and other similar games. Possibly inspired it even. Ooh, Water Wave actually did something useful.
Yeah, funnily enough, I feel like there's a lot of NES games you could probably use for a thing like that, because, I mean, I don't know, maybe this is a controversial statement, but I don't think that most of the NES's library aged very well.
Oh, that's not a hot take. Unless you're a boomer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even necessarily mean, like, a lot of, like, the obvious, like, shovelware stuff. I think there's, like, a lot of, like, games that are held in high regard that I do not think age the best. Like... I mean, I guess one of the potential sacrilege points I could say would also be Mario 3, but I guess to be fair to myself...
3, I think Mario 3 is fine.
I grew up playing Advance 4, the Advance 4 port of Mario 3, which is based on the All-Stars port, and I think that plays significantly better.
Still haven't beaten Mario 3 myself. Like, got like decent way into both the original version of it and All-Stars, but never beat either of them.
I've beaten Mario 3 like plenty of times, although honestly for years, even despite the fact that I've beaten Mario 3 so many times, I think it took me until like a decade after beating it the first time for me to finally play through World 7.
I'm not a Mario specialist, so it's kind of like out of my my usual area of, I guess, expertise.
Oh no, Crash. Well, Mario 1 absolutely did not age well whatsoever. Like, it's obviously a fucking, like, pioneer, and obviously there's, like, a scene for people that still enjoy that stuff, but, like, yeah, Mario 1 absolutely did not age well.
Yeah, Mario 1 is very rough. I got to experience a lot of that when I was doing my first playthrough of the game back in, like, it was, like, 10 years ago. When I was, like, getting, like, way more into retro games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you can make an argument for saying that, like, Mario 3 aged better than a lot of other games did. And, like, yeah, I can certainly give you that. It's just, like, I don't know, for me personally, I don't think Mario 3 on the NES, for me on a personal level, aged the best. But again, like I said, I may be very much biased because I grew up playing the GBA port that felt like it played significantly better. But, like, if you grew up with Mario 3 on NES and you'd be like, oh, I still think the control's fine, like, I'll give that to you.
Yeah, I know Mario 3 is another popular NES boomer game in like male retro gaming circles.
Yeah, no, Chris, I can definitely agree. Metroid 1, I don't think aged
middle-aged male gaming circles, rather.
Yeah, although funnily enough, Metroid 1 you could argue maybe aged better, at least if you're playing the Famicom port, since that version has save files. Well,
that version aged better, but original Metroid is still pretty archaic.
Yeah, well, original Metroid aged better in the sense of you can fuck around with passwords to get cursed results.
Okay, there is that. There is some charm to Mother Brain fucking toast.
Or Engage Ridley, motherfucker.
No, I thought I mean, I was gonna bring that one up, but I thought it was a little too obvious. It's the Mario, I guess the Mario 2 of Metroid passwords.
I think the other reason why I'm also kind of like very much like I don't think a lot of the NES library age very well, because like especially from Nintendo, it's like Nintendo loved remaking a lot of their NES games on Super Nintendo. So it's like as soon as better hardware was out, it's like, yeah, let's just make better versions of the shit we already made.
It is pretty impressive seeing how big the leaps in technology are, though.
Yeah, Chris, you might be right. I might have been thinking of Virtual Highlight on Sega Saturn. I thought
I could have sworn there was pretty rough from what I saw.
I could have swore there was like an equivalent game that released on like the CD add-on for the Jaguar, but I guess maybe it wasn't a highlight game. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I don't think it was a highlight. That sounds like something the Jaguar would do, though. Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Lasers.
Super Metroid holds up a lot better. Laser.
Oh yeah, Super Metroid. Now that's a game that aged pretty well. Even if, but though, if you're more used to like how Metroid plays on like GBA games and onwards.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like if you're like, oh, I want to get into Metroid and like start from like at least like you just care about like understanding the story. You don't necessarily want to play through every game. I would just straight up be like skip Metroid on NES and Metroid 2 on Game Boy and just play Zero Mission and Samus Returns.
Zero Mission's a fantastic start for newcomer Metroid fans. Even if well, I personally started with Super, but I do think Zero Mission's probably like a better option because.
Oh yeah, same. I also started with.
Although getting the charge beam is a little annoying for like a first-time player.
I guess that is true.
If you're not good at aiming your missiles. But oh come on! I got head bunked.
I get the feeling.
Got a slide. I should have slide jumped there, but I didn't.
Yeah, because like I don't know. I feel like even for a lot of like games I would hold in high regard on the NES, I would usually be like, okay, but there's like an equivalent on like later hardware that you could just play instead.
Though, if you want like an NES game that actually did age well, Kirby's Adventure I think aged better than Nightmare in Dreamland.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but to be honest, I haven't played a lot of either.
I think Adventure looks a little better on the original hardware.
Yeah, I haven't played much of either.
I played both.
So that's something I'll probably need to find out for myself. Oh, if you want to talk about NES games that I think aged extremely well, at least in terms of like control and feel, I'm still gonna glaze up Felix the Cat on NES. That game is still so good.
Still gotta play the Felix games.
Felix on NES is like genuinely one of like. I would honestly say that Felix the Cat on NES is one of the best games on the NES. Like just straight up, like
surprising.
There are just a bunch of like official Nintendo titles. I would say that game is better than, and like no one talked about it.
One that I enjoyed, like maybe it's a little jank, but there's this Journey to the West game, Sayuki World 2. It got like a weird reskin in the West, but it's like Journey to the West with like the Monkey King and those guys.
Oh, but it's not to be confused with that one Dragon Ball game that released on NES.
Not to be confused with Dragon Power, but
right.
There's one that Sayuki World 2 was pretty nice to play, at least from my experience. I thought it was fun. Controlled pretty nicely. It's like an almost Mega Man clone. Actually, it kind of feels like a precursor to Shovel Knight. So, definitely look into that one.
Oh, I see Chris is mentioning some stuff. I do see Kirby's Adventure. Little Samson, which I know you also mentioned that I should play. And both of the Power Blade games, too, I believe.
Oh, yeah, Power Blade 1, too. Power Blade 2 is a Christmas game, so maybe wait till December to play that one. Oh, yeah, it's this section.
Wacky Races on NES. I've not seen that one.
I have
Monopoly
not
on the NES.
Monopoly.
Yeah, I don't know what that one's.
I'm not familiar with it.
Monopoly on NES has good animation, at least. I guess maybe. It's like how Pictionary on NES has a really good soundtrack.
Oh, so it's more like production value sort of thing.
But I guess if you also want to talk about like NES games with like absolutely stellar soundtracks, I guess there's also Solstice.
Oh, that's kind of okay. Solstice. I remember Solstice having good music, even though I didn't play that one.
It's just so funny because it's like you just have this like dumpy little puzzle game that's like fine, and then it has like a fucking like rock opera soundtrack. It's like what the fuck? That's Tim Fallen for you.
I don't know. I think it needed that to stick out from the other puzzle games on NES.
Well, yeah, I mean, people remember Solstice because of the soundtrack.
Okay, this one's just mean. Like, a lot of these laser sections are very tight. And of course, they're the death lasers and not like the pain lasers.
I don't think of other games I remember enjoy playing. I remember playing Yonoid on NES. I remember it being alright. I wouldn't necessarily say that it was like peak, but like it was at least like solid enough because Capcom made it.
I unfortunately lost a bunch of my library, and I think I brought this up before, but lost my much of my library, and like an unfortunate how do I phrase it? Battery motherboard SSD related accident, like a common like as a result of like an expanded battery on my old laptop. I had like a bunch of like stuff.
Oh right, yeah, Takeshi's Challenge. Yeah, that's another fucking infamous one. And that's one you have to play on original Famicom because you needed to use the microphone on the second controller to get past certain parts in that one.
Yeah, that's a game made by someone who hates games, so it's for the extra comedy.
Yeah.
And we're back in. I didn't even comment on this hard to see land looking area.
I guess a couple other ones I also played. I wouldn't necessarily call these games like good. I just remember kind of like enjoying them enough to at least see them to the end. I did play Jaws and Godzilla NES. But yeah, I would not necessarily call either of those games particularly good, just because they kind of run into the whole like, yeah, you did one thing for 5 minutes and that's basically the whole game, but just stretched out to like a few hours.
Might be good for like a mini game collection, but not for a full game.
Yeah. Well, there is one other game I'm trying to see if I can find that like, or like I want to give a try just because in terms of like the animation quality is like, the fact that like it even runs on an NES with how well the animation looks is kind of impressive.
Oh, the one that looks
anyone here heard of Bioforce Ape? The game is called Bioforce Ape. I don't remember if it officially released or not.
I know what you're talking about. That's the one that looks like Gundam, from what I remember seeing.
I don't know necessarily if Gundam would be like.
Maybe not Gundam. It kind of had that mecha anime sort of look to it, from what I remember seeing.
Did it?
Or you think of a different game with smooth animation?
Yeah, I think you might be thinking of something else because I can't think of anything.
Of a different game with. Yeah, I think it was a different game. I don't remember what it's called. Like you were in like a jet or like a mech or something, and like all the spray animation was really smooth. And they had like scaling and everything, or like artificial scaling. It's not like Mode 7 scaling. It's like they like scaled the sprites by hand for like something. It's probably sound insane talking about this without knowing the name of whatever this game even is.
You know, I'll have to do some digging on that later because, again, I don't remember if this game officially released or not, or if it was like it got showcased and then it got canned.
Such just like in terms of the time.
How the actual animation looks, it's just like holy shit. The fact that an NES can even process all that is really impressive.
I mean, remember that Mario 1 was gonna be like one of the last games on NES. Apparently.
The fact that Mario 1 was
for like
to have
the Famicom entirely.
Mario 1, I think, was also originally supposed to have like rideable Yoshi mechanics akin to World.
Oh yeah.
But, I'm sure there's all the stuff that I'm sure plenty of people are familiar with, like Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, Contra. I guess
We're
I could
talking about
check
games that are
to see
like
what
kind of decent. Eight Eyes is like a decent Castlevania clone by the team that made Mega Man World 2.
Oh, Biox? They made
Thinking Rabbit. Biox is not the developer of Mega Man World 2. That was that's a piece of misinformation that circulated on the internet because he's like the composer had like there's like a misunderstanding with like there's like I think the composer was like unfamiliar with like the client or something, from what I remember correctly.
Yeah, take a look. Oh yeah, obviously yeah, you got DuckTales, Darkwing Duck.
A lot of Duck
Radius.
games.
Journey to Silius, that's one I gotta give a shot.
Another one. It's worth playing.
Oh right, oh yeah, Dorothy. I completely forgot about Dorothy.
That one's a little jank for what I've seen.
I'm also
like,
not
you have like
100%
Infinite
sure if I
Rush
should
yet,
put
but
that on my
you'll
list.
need every little bit of Infinite Rush yet.
Yeah, I'm also not 100% sure if I should put that on my list as a Mega Man clone, because I know that one's kind of like weird gray area.
A gray zone, if you will.
Yeah.
I haven't played Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, so I can't really say anything about that one.
Yeah, I can't speak on that one either. Yeah, because because like even doing like a lot of my experimental stuff for like emulators back in the day, it was mostly Super Nintendo. I didn't really do a lot of NES by comparison, aside from Mega Man.
Most of my like experience were also kind of. I mean, most of my experiments were just like NES related, except for like Super NES related. Aside from just Mega Man stuff, and like some first party Nintendo. I didn't really experiment a lot back in the day until I like stumbled on like Power Blade and Ninja Gaiden and like a few other hits.
Balloon Kid on the Game Boy got a port to NES, but it was reskinned to be a Hello Kitty game. None of that is stuff I've heard of before.
It's like what was it? Kid Clown getting all these weird reskinned games.
Battletoads, God. As someone who has technically beaten NES Battletoads, good luck maintaining your sanity throughout the entirety of that.
I have a friend who likes to play Battletoads for fun every so often. Wait, did I say play? I meant beat.
Yeah, I think Battletoads just has like an issue with just going off the fucking rails, like past a certain point.
I've heard that like sometimes input delay kind of just messes things up, and for like certain ports, like, or like you need the slowdown or something for like certain sections. It's kind of bizarre.
I think if I was playing Battletoads NES, I think with keyboard, I don't think I would hate it as much as I did playing it before, because I should preface that I played it via the Rare Replay collection on Xbox One, so I had to play through that shit with an analog stick.
Oh, it doesn't let you use a control pad?
I do not want to use a fucking Xbox One D-pad. It may be better than the older Xbox controllers, I still don't want to use that shit. Xbox D-pads are not great.
I'd rather use an Xbox D-pad than a keyboard. I suffered through enough cave story on keyboard during that dark period of life where I didn't have a controller. I think I've earned my keyboard time.
Wait, there was a separate SNES Battletoads, or was it Battletoads Cross Double Dragon on SNES? I can't remember if there were.
I think it was Battle Maniacs, or was that Genesis?
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Battle Maniacs. I think a couple other games I also remember playing on SNES that like.
Oh, I didn't jump high enough.
Like I sometimes just came across like random obscure shit that like no one ever heard of. Like I played a game called Hagane: The Final Conflict.
Oh, that one's neat. It's pretty tricky, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that game being hard. And the other thing I also remember about that game is that trying to find an actual real life copy will put you back a premium.
Oh, that one's pretty rare. I remember. What was that other hard game that I? No, it wasn't hard. It was the other obscure game. Magical Poppin'. That's a pretty that's a cute one. Or, like visually, the gameplay is pretty decent.
Not familiar with that one.
And if we're talking about like games that like got better in like from NES to Super NES, so you remember Milon's Secret Castle, right?
I do. I do know of Milon's Secret Castle.
Yeah, that game got a remake on Super Famicom. It didn't go. I don't think it went to the West because people hated the original so much. I assume, or maybe they thought it was too cute. But it's pretty decent though.
That Comic Zone is a Genesis game, not a Super Nintendo game. I haven't actually played Comic Zone. Also, isn't it Comic Zone with an X? As I remember. Oh yeah, Dragon's Lair on NES is garbage.
Why would you play Dragon's Lair on NES?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I would put Dragon's Lair on NES in like top 10 worst NES games. Honestly, I could even see an argument for putting in like top 10 worst video games. That one was real bad.
Oh, that was the first time I got through that section, and I did it on camera too.
Nice.
Got the proof. That section's a lot trickier than it looks, especially because rolling drills don't preserve or you don't have the how to. Like, you don't move with the rolling drill when you land on them in Mega Man 5, so... You just have to, like... you have to move with the drill. Like...
The other games I played on Super Nintendo. I played Aero Fighters on Super Nintendo because I used to play the shit out of the arcade
game I gotta try sometime.
Main back in the day.
I heard it's, like, really goofy despite, seeming like a regular shmup.
Oh yeah, I think in the sequel, one of the playable pilots is literally like a dolphin. Like,
I know,
yeah, that game
one of the pilots loses. He gets turned into like a cyborg, and who keeps losing his head.
Yeah, no, I believe the main character of the first game, like in every subsequent sequel, he literally just turns into more of a robot, and it's just like he just loses more and more parts. It's very funny.
Like, you know, you got a cyborg, got a dolphin, you got an actual baby.
At least with the first game too, I believe one of the potential final bosses you can get is literally just a monkey that shoots fucking lasers at you, a la fucking Goku.
That's kind of awesome. Like, we have Great Ape at home.
Yeah, kind of. Oh yeah, obviously, you got the Donkey Kong Country trilogy on Super Nintendo.
Later,
all great, all great.
I didn't really care for what I played with Contra.
A Contra on NES?
Or Contra on NES. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't really. I didn't really get into it.
Yeah, funnily enough, I actually think Contra on NES aged a lot better than I think most of the other Contra games, including Contra 1 on arcade. I think did not age very well.
That just, well, from what I know of Contra 1 on arcade, it kind of just suffers from the recurring issue of just the things that cause problems for like a lot of other arcade games. So like just trying to drain your quarters, you know.
Yeah. Let's see you later, Crash.
Yeah, later, Crash.
But yeah, no, I love the Aero Fighter series. I even have the 64 game, but although I could never beat it because I think level 5 just gets like so fucking hard.
I didn't know I had a 64 game.
Yeah, Aero Fighters Assault on 64. It was a hand-me-down I got from my dad. But yeah, I did not. But the thing is, I did not end up playing it nearly as much because I had Rogue Squadron on N64, and that I had a little more fun with.
I should get back into shmups. Like, I think the last one I played was Thunder Force.
Ooh, yeah, Thunder Force is a good series. Thunder Force 4 with what is it, Metal Squad? That one thing that everyone
That
loves.
entire soundtrack is really good. But,
Yeah,
my
although
first exposure to the soundtrack was through a Sonic ROM hack of all things.
Well, I actually first got exposed to Thunder Force through SSH, the guy who does all the.
Oh yeah, that's a good cover.
Yeah, Lightning Strikes Again. That's so good.
I kind of want to try Thunder Force 5 if I can get Saturn emulation working.
Yeah, I should also try to see if I can get Saturn emulation working. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on there I'd like to give a shot.
I've been meaning to get into a lot of Saturn emulation if I can get the emulator to working properly.
Finally play Mega Man 8 on Saturn and finally fight Woodman.
It's my that was one of my goals for, or one of the first games I wanted to play on Saturn.
Oh, Evo Search for Eden. That's another one I played a ton of on Super Nintendo. You're familiar with that one?
Gravity Hole only deals 1 point of damage to Apache Joe's. I feel ripped off.
Yeah, it does 1 point of damage to everything in the game except Pukapellis. It's not good.
Fucked, man.
Have you ever heard or played any of Evo Search for Eden?
I have not. I've not. I saw someone play it. It didn't really look like my thing. You know, it did look like it was well made, but it's not my usual genre.
Yeah, I'd say it was more immediately appealing to me as someone with the paleontology and ancient prehistory background. Just oh, I want to play through a fucking game like this. It's on Super Nintendo. That's epic.
I thought that sounded interesting, but it wasn't really for me. I actually can't really charge, so
in terms of Mega Man 8 soundtrack, PS1 or Saturn. I mean, I feel like there's not that much of a tangible difference between the tracks to really make a big difference, but I will say for the one track that has a completely different version, I'm always going to pick Saturn Tengu Man.
Saturn Tengu Man clears. Even if PS Tengu Man is also really good.
PS1 Tengu Man's good, Saturn Tengu Man is just so much better. I also have a soft spot for Rockman and Forte Tengu Man.
That's another good one. It's a very chilled out track. Yeah, I do want to play Saturn Mega Man 8 on stream. That's a definite must play. I hate this. What do you want me to do here, game?
Oh, right. I'm also just looking through my list of other Super Nintendo games I played. Yeah, Plock. Love Plock.
That's a killer soundtrack.
Yeah, one of the best. Yeah, but no, Plock soundtracks like Symphony of the Night, Mega Man X good. That is such a good soundtrack.
Yeah, it's got some really good prog rock. That is the right term for it, right? It's got prog rock influence.
Yeah, very very prog rock. Yeah. I've heard of Bayou Billy. I've not played it, so I can't give any thoughts on that.
I just know it as that game that was on Captain N for some reason. I've heard it's kind of rough though, but I'm not familiar with it.
What else did I see? Looking through.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the Super Star Wars games. Those I remember playing a ton of. Super Castlevania 4, that was another good one.
I just hate that they call it Super Castlevania 4 when they should just call it Super Castlevania.
It is, yeah, it is weird because because you are playing as Simon Belmont,
yeah,
but
I don't know. Like a retelling of the first game.
Yeah, it is odd.
It is good. I
Oh,
still haven't finished it though.
Super 3D Noah's Ark. Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
That
That
jump
one you-
is harder than it looks. You have to like really time your gravity. It feels like a gamble.
Is that one that you've seen before? Super 3D Noah's Ark?
Oh yeah. I mean, I mostly know from AVGN anyways, but ouch.
That's one I would like to play in like a proper Wolf 3D source for it. I don't think I'd want to play it.
That would be
Super
really.
Nintendo.
That would be a really fun one to show. Now that's a good April Fool's stream. That I would never do because I'd sound like a motion stick playing 3D Noah's Ark. My history with like id games.
Oh, right. I'm also looking through my list. I forgot that someone made a Super Mario Odyssey on Super Nintendo. That is just a Mario World ROM hack. And they got the name like years before Nintendo.
I think I played a little of that one like years ago.
Yeah, at least I played the original
really,
version.
like,
They did come out with like another version that I think had like CD-ROM quality music in it, but I did not play that one.
I haven't tried that one yet, but I do want to look into Mario CD because that's a like a hack that really interests me because it just got this really like dream-like quality to it.
Well, you see, the thing is, Chris, I have played Doom on Super Nintendo, and after struggling to get through E1M1, I don't ever want to play it again.
Playing Doom with a
It is an impressive port,
Super
for
Nintendo,
sure.
I mean.
I don't want to play it.
Like, I don't think the controller has enough buttons for it, or enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Doom. You cannot get me to fucking play Doom with D-pad. Like you give me a mouse and keyboard, or you give me an analog stick, I can play it. D-pad, nah.
Oh, we're back here again. This gives me
Speaking of shooters on the Super Nintendo, big fan of Yoshi's Safari. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know if that's one.
If that's one you've ever played before. Also, I'll drop the very cursed knowledge about Yoshi's Safari. Because of when it released, this technically means that Mario was in a first-person shooter before Doom Guy existed.
Oh, I knew that already. It was before '93.
Well, it's the same year, but I think Yoshi's Safari released in, I want to say August? It's got like a few months on Doom's release of December '93. But I just think that's so funny.
It's the original.
But yeah, I don't think I would ever play an actual like version of Yoshi's for an original hardware because I can't imagine the Super Scope is very comfortable to use as a controller.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get by just fine with like a Wiimote or something.
Yeah, possibly. I think if like they re-released it like on like the Switch, I think it would be fine. Like you use the Joy-Cons for aiming.
It actually worked pretty well, actually.
Oh yeah, I have heard that Super Pitfall's pretty bad on NES. That's another pretty bad one.
Well, that's because it's not the PlayStation Pitfall with Bruce Campbell in it. Yes, that's a real thing.
Okay, I want to do. I think I'm going to do research on that after stream because that sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I got to see a little bit of that on a demo disc. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, because the only Pitfall game I've played was, I think it was one of the GBA ones because I think there was multiple on GBA.
I'm not like a big Pitfall fan. I just think it's cool that they got Bruce Campbell himself to play the dude.
Yeah, that's
in, the PS1 game.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
Honestly, a pretty good casting. Like I know something that I kind of tend to roll my eyes at celebrity casting in games when it's done poorly, but
It's Bruce
sometimes they just
Campbell. You can make an exception for Bruce Campbell. Bruce
yeah, of
Campbell's
course.
Oh, I've also played my fair share of Bugs Bunny and Crazy Castle on NES. I would not say that
Now,
those
Crazy
games
Castle,
are
that's
necessarily-
a weird saga because of just how many it keeps like switching properties from what I've seen of it.
Well, I think
it's
it
like-
switched to Woody Woodpecker
Like
once.
Woody Woodpecker, Mickey Mouse, Kid,
Oh right, yeah, there was
Kid
a Mickey
Clown, I
Mouse
think.
one.
Yeah, Kid
There's a
Clown.
James Bond one?
James Bond, Crazy Castle. What?
What the fuck?
Okay, this is getting even more cursed than the rabbit hole goes deeper than I thought.
Dude, was Crazy Castle the original Fortnite? Like, what the fuck are all these characters doing here?
Can't wait for John Crazy Castle in the next Fortnite game. I mean, next Fortnite Battle Pass. What am I saying?
I'll see you later, Chris.
Oh,
Have
later,
a
Chris.
good time in college. Do your best. Just looking through all of my like old lists of like Super Nintendo games I played, I'm just seeing all of the fucking Mario World ROM hacks.
Mario World, but Mario World slight 2 inches to the left edition.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of like the old one. Like I got Dr. Mario World. That's an old one.
I assume that's just is that just a costume swap or
No, it does have original level design, but I think it's literally like you go into like Toad's houses and then you're going through like their digestive tract to make them not sick anymore.
ew?
Yeah, it's an old one. I think it's actually older than Brutal Mario, which is the one that everyone kind of like sort of like thinks about. It might actually be older than the original Kaizo hack, actually.
It's an ancient relic from a bygone era.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like anything like insane nowadays. But it's one I do recall. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of the other ones, like I see Super Mario Omega, Mario World, yeah, in all caps. I think there was another Japanese one. Oh, Second Reality Project. That takes me back.
A lot of late 2000s acts in there.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of late 2000s, like early 2010 stuff.
A lot of stuff that is too difficult for me to play.
Yeah, I did end up finding like a lot of decent ones like in the new age. Like I got Plumber for All Seasons. That was a
That's a good one. Because
Yeah,
I
that
can
was
actually
a-
like play through the levels and not feel emotional damage every time I get hit by an enemy.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine that like even like later sections of like Jump would probably be too much for you, right?
Oh, early sections of Jump were too much for me.
How early?
Well, it was Jump half, and I just remember like I got stuck on one of the earlier levels, and
Oh, Jump half I can kind of understand, 'cause I know that one definitely is like a lot prone to just like getting ready to just like send you off the deep end a lot faster.
I do seem to remember regular Jump being pretty tough for me too. Like I said, 2D Mario was my blind spot of platforming.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I might have a different perspective on that because I guess growing up playing a lot of these ROM hacks in like my teenage years, I guess it's just something I'm used to.
I didn't. I don't think I even played it. Actually, no, that's a lie. I played like I rented New Super Mario Brothers for like a week, and I had a lot of trouble with it because I was more used to Mario Galaxy. I kept
The
expecting
DS
to play by the rules of Galaxy when it was clearly its own thing.
Wait, DS New Super or Wii New Super?
Wii.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely think Wii New Super is definitely a little bit tougher in places.
Yeah, like I don't think I got past the first world of that one.
Yeah, because I don't remember any of like New Super DS being particularly bad.
Like when I tried New Super DS years later, I didn't really have that big of an issue with it. I got through it all right. Or not through the whole game, but
I still enjoy
World 1
New
without
Super
too much
DS.
of an issue.
I feel like New Super DS, I think, also kind of feels a lot less stale compared to a lot of the other New Super games, just because it was doing some.
Because it was innovative at the time. It didn't have. It wasn't able. It couldn't insist upon itself as much as the others could.
Yeah, it had a lot of experimental shit in it too, like the bruiser ghosts,
the snail
and the bosses too, because the bosses were like all over the place in terms of ideas.
Snail
yeah, it's kind of
those guys.
Yeah, like a mummified Pokey, or they had like the Thunder Lakitu.
Oh right, they brought back that idea in Galaxy too.
Yeah, true. I guess they also had PD Piranha as the World 5 boss. That was the other thing I also remember with New Super DS, is that they also had the thing where it's like if you beat specific bosses in Mini Mario, you unlock extra worlds.
Nice bit of replay value.
Still gonna play a lot of the older 2D Mario. Like I haven't fully dived into playing either of the Land games yet.
I haven't touched Land either. Like that's something you still gotta check out. Especially since I heard both of them got some cool tripping over my words here.
Like DS.
They got like
ports.
mods that make the game the gameplay a little more like quality of life, I guess. Or like with like color and stuff.
Yeah, like another Game Boy Color DX port.
Yeah. DX ports. That's where I was looking for.
Yeah, and I've heard that like Land 2 was like a top 10 Mario game too. So it's like that's one I definitely want to give a try.
From what I see, it's like really creative with like the Mario formula. Like it's not like stale or anything. Like none of the worlds are like the stereotypical
should probably add
Mario
Baseland
worlds.
to my VGM playlist. I do enjoy that theme. Yeah, I was actually doing a lot of reworking on the VGM playlist, so that way there's there's no chances now that like if you decide that you want to like put it on the background and on shuffle that you randomly hit with like, anyway, here's the X-Men versus Street Fighter character select theme for 10 hours.
But what if I wanted to listen to the X-Men versus Street Fighter character select theme for 10 hours?
That's fine, because I got a 5-minute version, so that way you could get more diverse selection. Also, I guess if you wanted to search with that original one, you could just look up the actual video that's 10 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess there's just something I kind of like realize, like, oh yeah, if I'm recommending this to people, like Ace or whatever, I probably should maybe make it so you don't just get stuck into a hole the entire time.
I've had cases where I accidentally had well, not really like during streams, but in the server sometimes we do like art stuff in the VC and put like music on, but with like a bot, and accidentally left like it wasn't like a 10-hour version, it was like a 15 20-minute version of like a song playing when I was supposed to just be like the shorter version.
Yeah, I think as of right now, the only like two like really long things left in the playlist are Gatebreaker from DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 2, just because I couldn't find a good quality one that was like at least looped once. So it's like whatever, get the 11-minute one, I guess. And then the Pingo Ryle soundtrack, because it's a whole ass soundtrack that I couldn't find individual rips of. Yeah, I did find some more bangers on here.
Really, like some decent like playlists that I've been ooh, it's this level. I've been building up playlists for like potential streams, and oh, I think I screwed myself. Wait, I can get myself out of this.
What? Saved it. Thank.
Oh, I might die of exhaustion before I get through this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's cute, but a little spammy on the missile enemies.
Yeah. So maybe not as spammy as Barrageman was in Fun Bags. Although, did you see the thing that I guess I posted from the other Discord? How someone saw the portrait of Barrageman and thought it was Tangle? Sonic. I mean, like, yeah, I guess with a cursory glance.
But I totally forgot what I was gonna say he looked like. My brain kind of just short circuit.
I mean, like from a cursory glance, like I could kind of get it, but it's just like, I don't know. Does Tangle have such a massive jaw?
It's a good question.
It's like Tangle finally shows up in a Sonic game, and it's like the role of Tangle will be voiced by Patrick Warburton. Hey,
It's
Sonic,
the Chad
it's me,
Tangle.
believe it. We gotta stop Dr. Egg.
Oh right, I was gonna say he looks like okay, this is gonna be like an obscure one, but he looks like Buster from Speed Punks.
Okay, yeah, that is obscure. I have no idea what that is.
It's a PS1 racing game with Jamiroquai as the intro theme. Or rather, I should say...
Oh, Speed Freaks.
Speed Freaks. I
can see it. I can see it.
Like, it's the head shape for me. It's like the jaw.
Yeah, no, he's got the same like shit-eating grin. I can see it. They did add a bunch of more new stuff on. I added that cover of Mario Kart 64 Rainbow Road that was in the F-Zero X expansion pack.
That one rules. Though, that guy's poor uncle, though.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Said, we'll miss him again. I always miscalculate that one jump.
Yeah, I think that the other thing I also rediscovered while I was filling up my playlist again was like, holy shit, Miitopia has so many good tracks. I don't know if you've played any Miitopia.
Played what?
Miitopia on 3DS?
I haven't played it. I've been meaning to play it, because, I do enjoy Mii's. Like, I was planning to play it at one point on my old laptop, but then, my data for that got corrupted.
It really,
Not for
really good.
Miitopia, but for like playing 3DS stuff in general.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I kept the games on a flash drive, and I had to like remove the flash drive, and I think that like corrupted the data. These like file locations or something. Like I should have just used like an external hard drive that I knew I wasn't gonna remove. I think my Animal Crossing village was also a casualty, possibly. Well, I know for a fact that something was like some of my save data couldn't be saved. Like, oh, it was my Mii save data. That's the stuff that couldn't be saved. And you know, the most important part of a Miitopia playthrough. I can probably recreate most of the Miis from like memory or like old screenshots I had saved, but it still kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think what you had like you could have up to a maximum party of like 10. I'm trying to see if I can remember because I think I had like a bunch of like class specific ones. I think. Although my main character was not myself, I made it Ed from Ed and Nettie.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I see him as like, I can see him as like a Miitopia hero.
Yeah, I think I had my classes for him were like Imp, Warrior, and Tank, I believe. I'm trying to remember the other.
I'm more familiar with the Miitopia soundtrack than the actual game, because I never got to actually start the game before my Mii data got corrupted.
I'm trying to see. Oh, I had Walter White as an alchemist.
Oh, that makes sense. Crash,
that was a good one.
Crash might be mauling at that mention.
Well, he's not here anymore, so yeah. Oh, I had a Porygon 2 cleric. That's one I remember.
I can't voice my opinion on that one, but
well, the reason why I made a Porygon 2 my cleric was because on 3DS I played a shit ton of Pokemon X, and one of the Pokemon that I used for competitive teams, and it wasn't even like max IVs. It had like stats all over the place, but it just pissed everyone off. So I named my Porygon 2 #YOLOSWAG420.
Very 2010s name.
It was the bane of every child that had the displeasure of fighting me on Pokemon X competitive. Because the set was Ice Beam for freezes, Try Attack so I can get random status and stab bonus, Recover for healing, because of course. And then my last slot was Magic Coat, which is a priority move that can reflect status back.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to troll people on purpose.
It was just like a case of just mind gaming everybody. So it's like they would like, oh, I can't kill this thing, I'll switch to my status guy, and they try to like inflict it with Toxic, and then I would just Magic Coat, and then just say it. They're like, fuck, you know, all my stuff got Toxic. Very funny. So yeah, I very much have a soft spot in my heart for Porygon 2 as a Pokemon because of
just for the trolling.
Yeah.
I don't have any soft spots for it because I never got it. Like, I think I talked about my experience with Pokemon before. I played some of White back in 2015. I didn't like it. I think I had people tell me, "Oh, it gets better," but I kept not getting better. I wasn't having fun, so I just kind of
Gen
quit.
5 was so good. Gen 5 was the best.
That was like,
I don't know. I mean, I think if you're like not normally into Pokemon, I don't necessarily think Gen 5 would be enough to change your mind.
Like the most I played before that was like participating in like a friend's like Pokemon battles on like their Game Boy Advance back in like the schoolyard days or whatever. But that wasn't like my thing though.
Yeah, no, I'll freely admit, most of my, like, the reason why I was even, like, into Pokemon as much was just because I had a bunch of friends who were into Pokemon. Like, I would not go out of my way to play a lot of Pokemon nowadays.
I was, like, the only person in my friend group who wasn't into like, the whole Pokemania thing. Also, I don't think I was allowed to have, maybe I was, but I just didn't know. But, I didn't have a Game Boy Advance as a kid. Or a similar device.
Sending out the Zoroark that knows flamethrower as a frost blast. That is funny. I do recall memories of just using Zoroark to disguise as other stuff to just trick people. It is a very funny thing.
You just wake up and choose trolling.
I did have plenty of troll sets back then. I remember some of my other Miitopia creation. Oh, I had a mage that was a TV that had a newscaster lady.
That's funny. That's just creative, actually.
Yeah, that was a good one. Although, I'm trying to remember some of the other ones. Oh, I had Meat Boy as a flower, so I'm like, oh, he's a Rafflesia because he smells like rotten meat.
Okay, that's kind of genius.
I had Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls as a princess, which, that one's kind of an easy one. But I think my favorite one was I just made a completely custom character that looked like a great white shark. I named her Sharkeisha, and she was a cat. Because it was like, oh, it's like a tiger shark. It's funny. Favorite character.
What a feeling that wasn't the last you saw of her.
I mean, the thing is, I think ever since I made that character, I've had like an OC design as just sort of a theoretical. If they make another Darkstalkers game, I will absolutely send this as a fucking potential design for Capcom to use.
I can see her being a Darkstalkers character.
Yeah, except I was retooling it a bit because it was like, oh, I like the idea of like having like this sort of like bipedal like shark girl OC that's like, it's sort of like a freshwater like fishing type thing, like part of like a tribe. And then but like the name I opted for was Amity because Amity Beach is where the first Jaws movie takes place. So like I think that's a neat reference.
I mean, I would have gone with Chatham. But,
Chatham?
Yeah, that's like a place that also. Tripping over my words here. Like, that's a town that I think has, like, associations with Jaws as well. Or Great Whites in general.
Well, I also opted for Amity, too, because the place where they filmed the original Jaws was very close to where I grew up.
I'm trying to make Power Stone look more useful, and I'm failing. But yeah, I can see why you'd want to not use that name.
Yeah, I also just think that Amity just works a little bit better. That was a phase I did have of just coming up with a bunch of like theoretical Darkstalkers characters. Just because I think the idea of having like a fighting game where you could use just like monsters from like, like based on like, film guys or like mythology and just all this other shit, I think is a really cool idea. And it feels like such a tragedy that Capcom isn't doing anything with it, other than just putting Morgan and any crossover they can.
Why aren't we getting a Darkstalker just with a creepypasta character or a mascot horror?
I didn't end up going that far, but I did have a bunch that were based on like 80s slasher villains. Like I think I had one that was like I think I had an Onryo that was based on Freddy Krueger I named Roberta, because Robert Englund. But I think the one I'm also the couple that I did that I was really happy with that are not like monsters per se, they're like dark hunters, so they would hunt the monsters, kinda. There was one guy I made called Kane, who's like a fucking triple mashup of Leatherface, Jason Voorhees, and Candyman. Love that one. And he's got a double-bladed chainsaw that he can split up into two.
So he's got a little bit of Bruce Campbell in there too.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, he basically has like a Darth Maul chainsaw that he could split up into two separate chainsaws because it's based on one of my favorite boss concepts in any video game, which is Empress from House of the Dead 4. And then my second one that I'm really happy with was a Mexican wrestler named El Satan. Because he was based off of El Santo from like Mexican TV dramas, but the character of El Santo also showed up in a lot of horror crossovers with like Dracula and
Yeah, I know
Frankenstein
he like
and shit.
fought
Oh,
vampires
that's
in like
perfect.
some old movie.
Yeah, and like, and the idea, and he would be the comic relief character, but the whole idea I had for him was like, oh, like the whole idea is that he thinks he's being possessed by a demon, so that's why he's going out and fighting all these monsters to try to like, you know, make himself not like fall to the urges. But the joke is that no, he doesn't actually have a demon inside him. He's just really so far deep into kayfabe that he just believes he is.
It would be funny if the power of belief made him like a top tier or something.
Well, because the whole idea of like, especially of kayfabe, especially in like luchador wrestling, is that like, you know, it's very much a whole superstition. Like, you never take off your mask. Like, you're never supposed to, like, let people know who you are underneath the mask. Like, who you are with the mask on, that is who you are. So it's like, it's very much kind of like built into the whole thing. It's like, whoever you become while the mask is on is like very much like your personality from that point forward. And it also kind of feeds into the whole thing, especially revolving around El Santo, is that during an actual TV interview he had when he did decide to take off the mask, he ended up passing away like not long after that happened.
It's like
so
the
there's almost like
part of him.
Yeah, it's almost like a curse of like revealing the self underneath the mask. So I just love the idea of like having an actual like luchador character that like fully believes into like all of this stuff, but to the point where it's like, no, it's none of it's actually real, but he believes he is. And he's like a beacon, like a champion of Beacon of Hope. Like, he like, whenever he like meets actual like other like monsters or whatever, like he doesn't outright like kill them. He's like, I think you can also like, you know, be able to suppress the demon that's inside and like having hope in people. It's like, he's very much like a very like positive character. It's just, but he's the comic relief comes from the fact that like, yeah, everything he actually believes about himself is completely a lie. but he's still like a very much just like positive hero character.
It does make for an entertaining character though. Like, I could see this guy being really popular as like the grappler character.
Yeah, I did have a bunch of other potential like concept stuff for Darkstalker's characters, and I had like a plague doctor, like a mysterious plague doctor character named Osborne. They were mostly based off of Ozzy. Just thought that would be kind of like a good thing to work with.
That's why I should make based him off of a bat, but might have been a little too on the nose.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too obvious. Oh, I had a politician who's actually a reptilian thing, but that one was.
I think that might have aged a little.
Yeah, that one was not a great one. But I think the concept for it was because it was like, oh, we should name him like Zebediah Killian because he's Zep Killian because it sounds like reptilian, and it's also based on Seth Killian, the former.
That would be funny.
Former guy from Capcom. Yeah,
like,
from
like
that aspect,
maybe you don't
I
have
think
to make him polished. You just make him like. Just have to be like a game CEO. That still doesn't age well because of the whole controversies and all that shit.
Yeah, it's like that's one I'm not 100% sure I would try to use. But I just think the idea of like having a reptilian named after Seth Killian just feels like
the pun
really
is too good.
Yeah, just like that feels very, very amusing.
I mean, you could always just have him be a reptilian that's like disconnected from all that stuff. Some just dude who's just happens to be a lizard.
Oh, and then the other one I had was a two-headed skeleton dinosaur that was specifically based off of the final boss from Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Because even though that is a game, that is a game that I know will probably never get released in an official capacity because the original creator is apparently really against anyone using his shit for anything. But I fucking love that game, and any excuse to like see Cadillacs and Dinosaurs representation in anything, even if it's technically not fully direct, I would love.
That just reminded me, like, my brain just went to like this really dumb concept of, what if you took Cadillacs and Dinosaurs and transported it into Mega Man Legends, and we got Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. That's my pitch. The creators probably blacklisted me on Twitter for that, but whatever, dude. You're missing out on a killer concept.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons I have to get MAME set up on my new machine, because I want to play through that game again. Because I know that's the only way I'm going to be able to play through that game again, because it's never going to get released again. It's just...
I still need to set it up on mine. Like, I keep forgetting that.
It's one of the best beat-em-ups that I think Capcom has ever produced, and one of the best soundtracks that Capcom has ever produced.
The soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, it almost feels like you could take the entirety of a Cadillacs and Dinosaurs of its soundtrack and literally put it into a Mega Man X game, and it would fit right in. I love it. Yeah, I think I also had a bunch of other Darkstalkers characters concepts that were more just kind of like simple stuff. Like I had like a Lamia character because it's like, yeah, people like snake women.
I was gonna ask if it was a D&D Lamia or like the traditional Lamia, but you answered my question already.
Yeah, you know, it's Darkstalkers. You gotta have hot monster ladies. I mean, that's just part of the brand.
I mean, yes, but you also have to have comic relief characters like Frankenstein's monster with an ass grab in order to balance things out.
That's what El Satan is for. And I could also have my monster ladies.
You could give him an ass grab.
Take a couple. Oh yeah, I also had a Spider-Woman that's very like Southern Mother character, and then I also had Manic Pixie Dream Girl Yuki Onna.
Okay, that's funny concept. Just completely flipping the archetype around. Like, she just unintentionally like scares people, like jumping on the TV because she's just excited to like meet them or something.
Well, it's like it's like Manic
wait, no,
Pixie Girl that's also
wait, no,
that's
Yuki Onna is
also
the ice
social...
woman. My brain, I confused Onryo with Yuki Onna.
Yeah, Yuki
Onna
Onna's like the frost spirits. Onryo is like the ring.
Yeah, Onryo is the ring, but okay. But yeah, Yuki Onna is usually like more like subdued, like fit like their ice powers, yeah. But still,
the idea for my Yuki Onna character was literally Manic Pixie Girl with social anxiety. So she scares people and also scares herself from scaring people.
But also just fun to give the ice character like a more energetic personality than like your typical ice character.
Yeah, an ice character with no chill. That is very much the intent.
I unfortunately don't really have many fan characters outside of I got like a couple Mega Man fan characters, but I've also got this curse where I can never finish a Sonic fan character beyond like sketching
The
them.
thing that I'm also finding a lot is that I'm really good at conceptualizing like all of like the personality, like ideas of like how they are as a character. The problem is actually designing the character. Which feels really cursed for me specifically because I went to fucking art school. Why can't I draw?
See, what I've learned with like conceptualizing stuff, so, like, sometimes you can just like paste like a bunch of like inspiration and like reference material all in one spot, and just like keep like an inspiration board and like sketch a bunch of ideas based off of that.
I mean, yeah, I'm used to mood boarding. Like that's not
like,
the
I
issue.
kind of like, I mean, that's how I've been like trying to like put more thought into my character designs and like give them like proper motifs and like influence instead of just like winging it and just drawing from my mind's eye or whatever.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm used to mood boarding. It's just actively like getting the time to like sit down, draw it, and just like actively get what I'm looking for. It's such a pain.
I mean, in
in
my
the
case,
ass.
it's kind of a lot of the issues we get from like just burnout and stuff, but there's other factors too.
Yeah. I think the other issue for me is also that, like, you know, I don't really have a solid drawing tablet, so I'm basically having to do all the design stuff with a mouse, which is not the most ideal thing.
That is a detriment. I remember going through that period where I just didn't have a drawing tablet to work with, so I wasn't really drawing with a mouse. I had this workaround where I did my line art with Sharpies, and then I'd take the art through GIMP and process it to be like I'd play around with the threshold and the color balance and stuff, and then I'd just color that. Though because I wasn't that familiar with GIMP at the time, I didn't know how to remove the white backgrounds off of stuff, so a lot of my pieces back then kind of just had white backgrounds. But it is a workaround if you don't have a good tablet.
Yeah, I mean, I also remember back in the day having to use a scanner.
Oh yeah, I do a scanner for that too.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that for some of my custom JoJo stand stuff, because there used to be a guy that was that would showcase people's custom stand ideas.
Oh, I missed. That still reminds me that I keep thinking that Fortnite had like a JoJo event already, but even though it didn't. Don't worry, they will.
Yeah, no, I think I would have heard about it.
You know they're gonna have one.
Yeah. I mean, they did get all the other big shonen in the thing, so I'm sure JoJo will eventually show up and can crank fucking 90s with Dio.
No, it just seems obvious. Even though I don't really care for Epic as a company, I think the memes that would result would be really funny.
Fucking Dio in the world hit the whip, and then Jotaro's just so it's the same type of emote as Star Platinum.
Ooh, nice, 92. That's a new record.
92, not bad. Not bad.
Alright, sorry, Zach, I didn't see your message of heading out. How long have I been going for?
10:30 right now, so about 2 hours, I think. Maybe a little under.
Good. Making progress, though. Getting better at staying alive.
Yeah, about an hour 40. Looks like right now.
Oop, off the ladder. Ugh, man, that's a rough start.
Taste my explosive peanuts, Power Muscler.
It's nothing to worry about.
Eh.
I'm not the pun guy. Well, not today, at least.
He's doing all right, I think.
Oh, water wave's good here. I say as I immediately get
water wave is good where there is water.
Just becomes where the water. You'd think it'd get a buff when it's in water or something, but no.
And if water wave got the Mega Man 10 co-op thing.
I was thinking like water Kirby.
Oh yeah, I guess that's also true. But Zaki has returned, and it is raining.
Oh, you're back. Cool. Back in the social fighting game stuff, they've been a decent inspiration for a lot of my character designs. Even if I don't really play a lot of them outside of platform fighters.
Yeah, I weirdly enough made a lot of character designs for a theoretical fighting game, and not even necessarily that was based on a pre-existing property, just more I'm just gonna make characters. I know one of the ones I ended up making was a Mexican guy with a prehensile mustache with dual wielding revolvers.
Sounds that sounds very second-rate Street Fighter clone for the Neo Geo. I don't know why that specifically reminds you of something you see on that that platform, but it does.
Yeah, no, hold on, let's see if I can... I think I have my fucking sketchbook around it somewhere. You can maybe find it. Okay, yeah, I did find it. Muscle-bound Mexican dude with a sombrero, long-ass prehensile black mustache, dual-wielding revolvers, shirtless, tight black leather pants, thigh-high rubber pink boots.
Why the pink boots?
I don't know. I think maybe that was, like, younger me's fucking way of indicating that they might be trans. I don't know. I could not tell you. Why do fucking thigh-high pink rubber boots equate to trans representation? I have no fucking idea.
Or maybe it was your idea of just making him, like, the only one manly enough to actually, like, get away with wearing that and not looking like a tool. Or something, I don't know.
I should do a fucking redraw of this character. I think if I do a redraw of this, I probably should at least get a photo of the original design, just as like a compare and contrast.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. Honestly, I probably should be doing more fucking drawing stuff right now, just because, like, since I can't get, like, fucking editing work done right at the moment. At least, just so I'm at least doing something.
Yeah, it's a good practice, too. Always glad to see, art from a fellow artist.
Oh yeah, and then I had a Birdman named Brad, because Brad Bird, like my favorite director, haha.
Oh, right, the slide jump doesn't work under the ladders. Totally forgot what game I was playing for a second there. I thought I had enough space. It was rising. Yeah, the shift object is a little jank in this game.
Maybe if we do a little bit more deeper digging for my old sketchbooks, I might also be able to find that Pablo Picasso Sonic thing I did.
Are you talking like you made like a Picasso-fied Sonic, or did you make like Pablo Picasso
Well, it was
as a Sonic
it's
character?
the thing that one Art of Crash is based on. They said it was based on the Sonic the Hedgehog if he was designed by Pablo Picasso on meth. I think that's lying around in one of my sketchbooks somewhere.
I can see that kind of. I remember doing like a Picasso style thing for like school like a long time ago, but never thought of like doing that with like an existing character.
I think it was just something I did because I was bored.
Something I kind of regret not doing like earlier is like taking like other like stuff I learned. Like I know when I was a kid, I was like really fascinated at this one unit we had where we like used like oil pastels to make like jungle scenes and like landscapes and stuff. And I got like so fixed on it that I ended up doing for fun for later years. I'm not even sure what artist it was.
Yeah,
I
remember
was
doing
really
a lot
like
of...
making jungle scenes during that period.
I do remember doing a lot of pastel stuff. I actually got like an old pastel art piece I did of the Anti-Monitor from Crisis on Infinite Earths from DC. Gotta frame it at some point.
That's something pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up getting like so obsessed with the pastels, I think for my one class where we did a lot of that stuff in, that it's like everyone else did one, I ended up doing like 3.
Even I didn't do that much with the pastels. It was less of like the medium that I liked and more just the subject matter.
Yeah, I forget what one of them was. I know one of them was the was a render of modern and classic Sonic from Sonic Generations that I believe one of my friends has right now. And then the other one was an Umbreon I did for my sister for her birthday.
I remember one of the art pieces I did was I was like playing around in Photoshop with like one of my old art pieces from freshman year, and I took what was it? I like took this old drawing and I like slapped the characters onto like a stock beach background photo that I found online when I was like playing around, because I just learned how to use Photoshop around that time on the school computers, and I did like a gel transfer of that. I don't even remember like how the actual process worked. I just remember it was something I did. I also specifically remember that since it was like art from my freshman year, and I made the piece in like junior or senior year, the art looked kind of the whole piece looked kind of scuffed. And this was also like during the period where like a lot of my original characters were kind of just, I don't want to say they were uncreative, but it was before I put like a lot more thought into their designs, I guess. Or like the niche. Because like a lot of my OCs who weren't just based off of like people I knew in life were just blatant clones of like existing characters, I guess.
Mm.
But I definitely like had a lot of inspiration for like people I knew back then when I was like designing characters. Where like even the point where like a bunch of like characters like my old comic cast were just like they weren't like they started as like avatars of like real people, but they kind of just morphed into characters who just happen to have those names. And then I started getting inspiration from my dreams. That was a really cool period. It was before my brain got rotted by too much time on my phone, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes it does happen. Just getting crazy fucking dream shit.
Yeah, I had this dream about these well, the dream kind of made it ambiguous whether they were like clones or like triplets. Whether like it was kind of ambiguous whether or not they were like clones of just one person, or like a genetic experiment where like of like turning one person into like triplets by like there's some pseudoscience or whatever. But there were these three like possibly genetically engineered triplets who fought aliens on like an asteroid colony, and they were all like they're all created by like this single dad who really missed his wife.
I had a dream where a toaster was trying to kill me with laser beams.
I've already talked about my very first nightmare before, and how I was in a haunted house and Jar Jar was after me for some reason. Like
I'm gonna kill you.
I think he just, I don't even know what he wanted to be. Like I woke up before he could actually like.
I feel like it would be so much more jarring if like he spoke with like a completely like normal voice.
Like at this time, I only really knew him from like promotional posters and like a children's book tie-in.
So he was just there like chasing with like a knife. He's just like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars.
I don't think I knew his name at that point. Like I think I just knew him as like that alien dude with the eyes and the tongue. Like, I didn't even like have a proper name for the guy, or like a nickname. Because I was like 4, and I was kind of
it's like yeah, his name could have been Gleep Glorp for all you know. Glorp, you're gonna want to Gleep this.
It's the key to all this.
Gleep, he's right behind me, isn't he?
It's right in front of you, isn't he?
I think I also had another nightmare that was like, it was like a dream about like a mixture of Jason Voorhees and Missing Number that was able to like glitch itself into computers and then rematerialize to murder you in real life.
That sounds like an actual like slasher concept. I'm surprised it hasn't been done in like the 2000s. Like instead of like the movies about like killers using social media or whatever, like movies where like the killer like comes out of like the computer screen through the internet.
Yeah, I remember that one being so vivid. I did actually make a sketch of what it would look like. I might have to look for that one.
Wish my cooler dreams had sequels, rather than just more dreams about oh, it's another family vacation dream where I forget my stuff, or it's another dream about like some inconvenience I had in real life.
Yeah, I am weirdly enough, like, the only dreams I seem to get sequels to constantly is, like, it's like, oh, I'm having a dream about having to go into the city for college, but for some reason, I'm completely naked, and also, I might have forgot my phone at home. Oh god, how do I get back? Like, those are the fucking sequels to dreams I get. It's kind of fucking annoying.
Oh, yeah. The worst. Well, on the other hand, I did have like a dream where I was. Do I really want to talk about this on stream? I had a dream where I met my future fiance. That was kind of a nice one though. So occasionally, my brain does throw me a bone.
Sometimes the other dreams I get where my brain is being fucking...
There was nothing like unsafe for work. It was just like, oh, here's my fiance / girlfriend. We're just talking about some random stuff, and it's just perfectly normal. It's just perfectly casual conversation.
Sometimes the other thing my brain likes to do when it wants to be a dick in my dreams is like, sometimes I'll be dreaming about like playing a video game. I'll just be like, oh, I got this rare drop I wanted, and then I wake up and I'm like, fuck.
It's like that dream, another recurring dream I had where I found like a bunch of my childhood toys, and I wake up and I realize, oh wait, those got donated to charity years ago.
It's like the worst shit.
Or when like during the period where I was like really addicted to Smash, I had like a bunch of like dreams related to that. Like both its conveniences, like both like not conveniences. That's not the right word I'm looking for. Like both like getting like cool clips on like players, and like just getting really embarrassing stuff, like or just plain bizarre stuff happening. Like this stream where I was playing as Luigi in Smash Ultimate, and I landed a green missile misfire on my opponent, and I somehow didn't die even though they were at like 300%, or like at least 300%. But somehow like the weak hit of Luigi up B was enough to kill my opponent at like 800%. I just thought it was like the funniest thing ever.
I think I've had like Smash reveal dreams. Like I think that's something I've had happen. Like I remember at one point when Brawl was like doing all like the updates on the website. I just remember at one point like having a dream where like I scrolled down because they revealed a new character and it was Marty the Zebra from Madagascar.
I had a dream. I remember. I think this was after I read the Brawl manual at someone else's house, but I didn't own the game at the time. I had a dream where two of the newcomers were some kid with jet boots and Donald Duck.
I just the only thing I remember from that was like I just remember it's Marty the Zebra from Madagascar, and I just remember being fucking confused, and then there was just like a quote from Sakurai underneath the poster. It's just like, I just really like Madagascar. I think Marty is cool, and then I woke up.
That's nice. I mean, that is why some other characters got in, I think. Except it's accurate.
I'm just like, but why Marty the zebra?
Good question. Oof, missed my jump. I also had this dream where I landed a 6-0 to death on someone as Kirby. But it turned out that even though my dream, even though it was a dream, it turned out that the combo itself was real, in a sense. Well, it wasn't like one
it's
with the dream, but
like it's a real combo that you could tangibly perform.
it was
Just
like a tangible combo. Well, parts of the combo were tangible at certain specific percents. Because I like saw someone pull it out in like a compilation like over like a year later. I was like, holy crap, it's real.
I'm gonna see if I had any other like weird Smash dreams. I think I had like a very abrupt one where like there was like new character announced for Smash 4, and it was just like used tampon, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
I don't even remember the specifics of that one. I just remember being so fucking flabbergasted I woke up and forgot everything. I think maybe the only other thing I remember regarding that was that, like, I think it was, like, literally a reveal trailer with an actual tampon in it, and then I remember, like, just during the middle of the reveal trailer, it just a fucking, like, feed of, like, YouTube comments showed up, and then there was just, I remember seeing one comment where it's like, okay, Smash got woke, I'm not playing it anymore.
Damn. What was, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. I had a dream where, one of the songs they added to Smash Ultimate was "I Can't Defeat Airman."
That'd be kind of sick if that actually did happen.
It was like a cover that specifically used the Smash 4 version of Airman's theme. Like I remember that from the dream.
I don't know why my brain was fucking about the parse. It was like, yeah, they were using. I heard Smash and cover, and I just was like, I was half expecting you to say, yeah, they used the version of Can't Defeat Airman that was covered by Smash Mouth.
That does sound awesome. Fuck, I want that to be a thing now. Or like,
I mean, you probably, could use
a
AI to
YTV
get fucking.
where they like
Probably get Steve Harwell to sing Airman Gano Talzanai, but I don't know if it'd be ethical. But I guess, like, if you really wanted to, you could use AI to do it, but
I wouldn't, but it is something that can. You shouldn't do it, but
actually, speaking of fucking like covers of songs done by people that don't exist that I've had dreams about, I remember having a dream about fucking Metallica doing a cover of the Drake and Josh theme song.
Okay, that's pretty good. I had a dream where I think it was. I'm not even sure if it was Delay Llama. Like, are you familiar with Delay Llama, like the vocal synth?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I had a dream where Delay Llama or something similar to it did a cover of the Tenacious D song Tribute. It was it's pretty good actually. Like, I don't know why it kind of works, but it did in the dream.
Yeah, but I just remember that one fucking Metallica one being so damn vivid that it's like I've reached the point where, like, if I actually met like James Hetfield in real life, I'd be like, hey, can you actually like do a cover of this? I need the fucking dreams to become real. I don't even necessarily think like this is a dream. I just need this to exist.
Oh yeah, I get that.
In a tangible form.
I'm trying to remember what other music wasn't at dreams that I can think of. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I do remember having this really vivid dream where I was like running through like a field of purple flowers. I think some of the grass was also purple too, and it was just really freeing. I don't even know if it was like game
Went to
related.
the lean dimension.
I did also have like recurring dreams of I still have recurring dreams of being able to run fast like Sonic sometimes. Those are always fun.
I think I also have dreams where I'm running really fast, but it's like the way that the dreams are set up, I can't actually see my feet. So I think it's just like my dreams are just about me if I was a boomer shooter protagonist.
Confirmed. Your dreams can run Doom.
I can confirm my dreams are not freaky because my feet are not visible in them.
Maybe it's a good thing. Actually, I don't think I've ever had feet in my dreams. Or maybe I have. I just don't remember. It's insignificant. I don't even keep track of it.
Yeah, keeping track of how many times you've dreamed of feet. Yeah, I don't think that would be something you would normally do.
Even when I was a kid, I used to have like we're talking about this again. That recurring period where I had nightmares about being tickled. It was always the armpits and not the feet. Water Whip sucks. It's a floor
What if
enemy. It should
Philip-
deal more than 2 points of damage to a floor enemy.
What if Philip K. Dick was called Philip K. Freak and he wrote "Do Androids Dream of Electric Feet"? Holy shit, that one was like multiple neurons fucking firing at full cylinders. Holy shit.
Just connect the dots in your brain, trying to get that out.
Like the fucking neurons are all perfectly lining up like I'm fucking FCing a Friday Night Funkin' track.
The what?
Never mind, ignore what I said.
Well, now I'm curious. Or maybe I'm not. Oh, I got that hit multiple times, I think. Somehow. Yeah, I took 2 napalm bombs to take out that the Cho, and that usually takes 3.
Nice.
Or the cone, I don't remember how to pronounce it.
That's a good question, how it's like actually meant to be pronounced.
Because I know it's like derived from like the Japanese word for ostrich. Like that much I know. Oh, you know what the worst dreams I have are
I think maybe it's
sometimes
pronounced
when I'm,
Deck
sometimes I
1.
have dreams where like I'm like designing a character in them, and then I wake up and I forget the design, even though I say I'm gonna remember or I'm gonna like write it down.
Yeah,
before I
that's
wake
that
up.
I meant is a bastard. You know, what it probably ends up being is that it's probably like, oh, well, your brain is probably like giving you like a reinterpretation of shit you did throughout the day. Then it's like playing
Yeah.
it back to you, but it's like in a fucked up like jumbled version.
Yeah, like going on autopilot.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can beat the damage race. I cannot. Still a decent run though.
70, yeah, that's not bad.
Especially with how brutal some of these areas can be. What time is it? It's I think I'll try to squeeze out like one more decent run before I call it a night.
Yeah, because it's already 11, so...
Yeah. Yeah, 11-ish seems like a good stopping point. Alright, the shrapnel. Like, also trying to like brainstorm other games I probably want to play. Like I do want to play. I think I do want to play like some kind of racing game at some point. I think that'd be fun. And I still got the aforementioned sub goals.
Well, I guess there is always Battle and Chase. That is an option.
Yeah, there is Battle and Chase. I should check that one out. It's like I have like very little experience with that one, so that'd be fun to experience blind.
Yeah, I don't usually have like a good like background of like a bunch of like racing games. I mean, I guess there's like obviously there's all the Mario Karts, which is like a given.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing, which incredible soundtrack.
Pretty good soundtrack. I enjoyed playing it with my friends in college.
Also played a lot of Episode 1 Racer, the Star Wars game.
Didn't really play that one much. Like when I first saw it, like I didn't really get to play it much because like the friends of my friend were all they were already doing like a multiplayer session and they didn't really get me. They didn't let me play much for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think they were trying to exclude me, but I think they just.
The one thing I do remember playing that game when I was younger was that it was mostly just like you didn't really play to win. You just kind of like, it's funny watching them blow up.
It is. I mean, that is part of the appeal.
Like,
That's
it turns
why
out
people
younger me
watch Pod Racing
really wanted to
Universe.
play Burnout before Burnout existed.
Oh, Burnout's another fun. That'd be another fun one to play on stream if I can get it working. PS2 emulation's a little dodgy sometimes.
No, I mean, I know Crash was able to get it to work since he was able to demo the X7 beta.
Good to know. He's like sometimes like games emulate weird for like PS2, as opposed to like Dolphin where everything is mostly fine. I know Capcom's got like a really this one really stylish racing game that I forget the name of off the top of my head.
That's a good first N64 game though, Zaki. I mean, it's damn fun.
Top Gear Overdrive is one that I also like want to look at sometime. And obviously I want to check out. I say check out, but I want to play the Ridge Racer games on stream sometime because those are pretty fun.
Oh, there's also Robo Blast Kart.
That one gives me motion sickness.
Because it's in the Doom engine. Yeah,
I think the Doom engine is just cursed for me. Even when I like play around with like field of view, it just like it delays the inevitable. Whereas like something like Quake or Half-Life, I can like adjust the settings enough for me to be able to play it somehow. I don't know the science behind why those don't bother me as much.
Which seems odd because I feel like that's like in like Yuzi Doom, like which is like the port that doesn't really have like the weird scaling issues because it's essentially a 3D like a true 3D source port. Like I'm surprised it still happens there for you.
I don't get it. I think it's just the curse.
Mm. Like, is it just Doom, or is it like every like kind of like 2.5 like sprite-based shooter that's kind of like that for you?
I think it might be sprite-based shooters, but like I said, sometimes like 3D shooters do occasionally give me motion sickness if there's like too much quick movement and I'm playing them for too long. The thing that like Doom and SRB2 and its derivatives is that they want you to go fast.
Yeah.
So
I guess I'm just kind of curious then if like a Duke Nukem 3D or like a Shadow Warrior would also
I do
trigger
remember
it.
like trying to watch someone play Duke 3D and getting motion sick. So it might be the sprites.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's because it's like sprite scaling, because it's like you're moving around what looks to be a 3D environment, but all the enemies are still technically 2D.
Yeah, it's like the Uncanny Valley.
I guess.
It's kind of a shame.
I mean, maybe you could always just try to imagine it like you're just fighting a horde of cardboard cutouts.
But I think it's like, it definitely has to do with like the motion too. It's hard to really put into words. Ugh, head bonk. Yeah, I'll try to do like one more run and then I'll call it a night.
Never played 3DS Diddy Kong Racing. I know it's like a very different...
DSC Kong Racing. I've heard it's like, I've heard it's okay. But I heard that purists are, well, maybe I shouldn't listen to the purists, but they say original is better.
It's like, but at the cost of not having Banjo and Conker in your game, you have yassified Tiny Kong.
Look, she hit the sleigh button.
Some might see this as a win.
When I said one more run, I didn't mean one more run where I get...
Well, one more actual run
super
where you make feasible progress
Yeah.
and don't die from like the first 10 screens. I can't even remember the reason why they decided to like age up Tiny Kong in that manner. I guess maybe it's I forget, was Dixie Kong playable in the 3DS version? Maybe that's why
no.
they did it.
I don't think she was in the DS version.
Hey, then yeah, I have no idea why the hell they did that.
Like, I swear she's supposed to replace somebody besides Banjo.
It's like, I don't know. I just can't think of like any equivalence where it'd be like, yeah, that makes sense that Tiny Kong would be the replacement, or at least like Tiny Kong that is specifically like lengthened out like that.
I don't know. I think someone at Nintendo just really wanted to yassify Tiny Kong.
The game developers barely disguised monkey fetish.
Maybe this was the Screaming Ape theory that we were looking for the whole time.
Yeah, Tiny is the younger sister, but she's bigger than Dixie Kong is now.
She got stuck in the past for a couple decades, or some other convoluted excuse.
Dixie Kong
I don't remember
4
if Tiny
Journey
even
to Time
like
and Space.
it gets acknowledged in Bonanza. I don't believe they even know if they like retcon that or not.
I mean, do they reference like a bunch of the other Kongs in Bonanza?
Well, they reference Diddy Kong at least, and Dixie. And like,
Yeah, but again,
that's
those
from
make
64.
sense because it's like,
they
do?
reference Diddy Kong Racing, so
Well, yeah, because I mean, at least it kind of makes sense to me that like, okay, yeah, the referencing like the main characters of like the country games makes sense to me. But yeah, I understand. DK64 is like kind of like one of those weird things. It's like, you know, would you see Lanky Kong get mentioned in like a newer game?
oh, actually, they do reference Lanky Kong in Bonanza. Because,
That was the other thing I also remember too, is how like everyone swore to God that there was a Chunky Kong spirit in Ultimate, and there was in fact never a Chunky Kong spirit.
I think that was a hoax. What a very funny hoax.
It's so weird though. It's like why would that's your hoax? Is Chunky Kong's in the game?
Maybe
as
they
a
just really want to
spirit.
gaslight. I mean, it's just plausible enough.
It's kind of like the whole like, oh yeah, there was supposed to be a Tharja trophy in Smash 3DS, but it. Well, funnily enough, the only reason we know that that actually was supposed to exist was because of that one leak that happened. And then when everyone kind of found out, that's like, because we had pictures of it, and then it wasn't in the final game, and I think the realization that everyone came to was the Tharja trophy specifically would make it so the game could no longer be rated E10.
Oh, that's why. It's Smash for good girls and boys, so they had to cut her out.
A little bit too saucy.
Look, only your combos can be saucy.
Still fucking crazy to me. It's like, yeah, my Shiranui can't be in Smash because Smash is for good boys and girls, but Bayonetta's fine.
Exception just for her. You know, I think I'm gonna call this. I think I'm gonna call this a stream.
Yeah, right.
It's a good
I've been going for
good session.
almost 2.5
Good
hours.
yapping.
Yeah.
So, end right there, and say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I'll see you all later. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.